Yeah, you're welcome to this session. So we are going to learn something on Django. How can we create a Django application? Remember, Django is one of the frameworks, or rather, it's one of the tech stacks related to Python. Yeah, the Python tech stacks used in full stack development. So Django is mainly for the backend. Yeah, so some of the prerequisites that you need to know is to know some bit of object-oriented programming with Python. It will be so helpful for you to create the objects when it comes to Django projects. Yeah, and the prerequisites for you to be able to proceed with a Django project. One, you need to have installed VS Code. And to install VS Code, you can simply just check, rather just Google somewhere like here. Yeah, maybe just try to check VS Code. Yeah, then you download according to the version you want. If you need the Mac OS, the Linux, you have all of them here. And then you install here, and it will be done. Another thing that you need is Python. You need to have installed Python. And Python, like in this case, you simply need to just look for Python. Python, this one, and maybe let me say download the latest version of it. So you'll find the latest version here in the Python organization, and then you'll be able to download. Then you install it. So now, what's the function of VS Code? VS Code in this case will be your code editor. Yeah, so, and there are several uh, frameworks under Python, or the tech stacks that we can have related to Python. So it depends with the functionalities, whatever you are in need of. Like in this case, if we are doing web development, for example, we are rather application, we're developing a software or an application, the scalable tech stack related to Python that can be used is Django. Apart from Django, you can use Flask, but Flask now is for smaller applications. Here. So let's embark on Django. So in this case, like up to where I am, one thing that I've done before, I've just had a folder, empty folder. I've just created it on the desktop and then open it here. So I just open the folder like this way here. And like the name suggests, I intend to create an application that does the supermarket, in this case, giving it the name Seovo Supermarket Management System. So the aim of my application is simply to create a management system for a supermarket. Yeah. I won't be so much detailed in this session because later on I'll be taking us through the entire course for full stack. So I'll be taking us through the likes of HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and all React as we navigate to Python. Now for the backend, navigate to Django, do something on Flask, and also go to the database. Then at long last, be able to see how we can merge all of them and also be able to know, rather let you know how you can host your application. So let's delve into it. So my intention first, just to get a blueprint, or rather just a wireframe, a theoretical wireframe of what I intend to do. So one, I'm creating a Seovo supermarket management system with the following core features. One, it should be having a product management that can allow multiple categories and also product types. So where you can register your product, different types of products that you're gonna be having. And then two, it can handle the stock, or rather and maybe the inventory tracking. Yeah. Three, it can handle the supplier management. Then four, it can handle the sales and also the cart system. Five, also for security purposes, uh, when you're doing object-oriented programming, there's some things you learn about the uh, security. Yeah, there is encapsulation, there is the inheritance, there is also the abstraction. Yeah. So there are some of the things that you need to know how to apply. So where you need to only allow some features to be visible to all the other users, and then some are only restricted to specific people. So that means that you're going to encrypt these features here. So that means that in Django, we will be able to also add some user authentication. Yeah. And so apart from that, we'll be able to track, or rather do some reports, and also maybe have some dashboard to help us see some reports here. So on the tech stack, I've mentioned that we'll be using the Django. Simply that's for the backend. Then for the front end, Django being able to handle the rather the templates. Yeah, the module templates view, rather the model. So we have uh, a scenario where we have the MTVs. Yeah, we can integrate our front-end bit to Django directly to make a full stack application. Yeah, using the templates. Yeah, so we'll be getting to know how can we go about that. So our front-end will use the Django templates, and then it will also apply Bootstrap. Yeah, now the production for development, we're going to use the SQLite mainly for development. And then production, I'm not going to demonstrate here, but at later stages, you can use PostgreSQL, SQL, where you're simply hosting the application, connecting it to a database, yeah, and so on. So step one, one thing that you can also need to understand, the fact that for you to have, or rather, for you to have a solution for real world projects, or rather these problems, we're simply solving a problem using digital means, yeah, using technology. So for us to be able to handle that, we can have a virtual environment, or the environment setup for that separates our project with any other project that could be available within the same folder here. So what we'll do, we'll start by creating a virtual environment. Remember, the function of this virtual environment is for the best practice of our project, especially in rather creating the production ready setup. Yeah, and now in this case for the Django application. So it simply gives us an isolated room or environment. Yeah, keeping this project uh, isolated from any other Python projects or Django projects that could be almost in the same area or in the same folder. So how are we going to do about that? So to create a virtual environment, first we need to open the terminal and then we create the command that will help us be able to have this environment. Yeah. And now how are we going to get the terminal? There are three simple ways. Yeah, they could be more than three, but I'm just going to demonstrate three. One, you see these three dots here. You can simply click and then you will see the terminal, then click on new terminal. The terminal will open. That's one of the ways of opening a terminal. Yeah, you can see it's open here. The path is yet to be displayed. Another way is you use this view. Yeah, okay, let me just wait the path to be displayed so that we'll get to know the differences. It's the same thing, but you'll get, yeah, it's here. This is the path. It's simply the same thing, but now different ways of having it displayed. That's the way to view, and then there is terminal. Click on view, and then click on terminal here, like this way. It opens. And then another way, simply use Control J. It opens directly. So this is simply the shortcut. Yeah, having opened now, having opened it, we'll simply create a virtual environment. Yeah, and one thing that we need to know that you need to verify if Python is in your well installed here, and maybe, yeah, mainly in this case, just Python. That's why we set it by the prerequisites of you doing the installations of Python, and also having this as your code editor. So now let's create the environment. So we simply use Python and then -m and then -v. We are simply creating a virtual environment. So V for virtual, env for environment. And then you can give it a name. For example, I can call it VNV also. Then press enter. It will be displayed here. Yeah, so we are yet to say an environment displayed there. Yeah. So we are waiting for it to complete. You can see it's here. Let's wait until this path returns. Yeah, so this is displayed on Windows. For those using Mac OS or Linux, you will see something like bin instead of scripts. Yeah, and then after this, we are going to activate this virtual environment. So in the activation, you need to know, according to the device you're using, rather the type of the laptop or desktop you're using, what does it use? Yeah, so it's done. Okay. So this what we have. So yeah, let me just remove this. Yeah, remember it remains. I've seen something has been activated without, yeah, without instruction. So remember the VNV. So I'll simply go back here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to kill this. Going to kill this terminal and then just open another one. Let's see if it will still have the same thing. Okay, this now fine. Okay, so I think I've simply touched something. So before to activate this virtual environment, you see this path, VNV, and then there is a script. You simply find where it's written activate. Yeah. So if you're using window, you simply say, uh, just simply highlight this part for this activate. You can see the last bit of it. What does it say? It's VNV, then /scripts /activate. So that's exactly what you write. That's why this one has been, you can either use this one or this one. Yeah, even this one can still work. So other than using this part here, so you simply type from here up to here. Other than using that, you can simply say VNV /, you say scripts, remember it's capital S, scripts here, simply following this path. Script is inside this, and then this activate is inside scripts. So /, and then activate. Yeah, so this is what you run, but mine is already activated. So I do not wish to activate it again. It will be an error. Yeah, but it's still running, already activated. Yeah, so that's the first step, activating the virtual environment. And then what next? After activating, we need to install Django and any necessary dependencies that we are going to use. So to install, we're simply going to use pip. You can check if pip is inside. Yeah, pip is here. Because if whatever you're using, you have to ensure that it's within, at least the environment has it. You can see pip is here. Also Python is there. Here. So I'm going to say pip install. You can also install pip in your system. So rather it can be available together with Python. So it doesn't have to be just isolated here. Yeah, just like I'm using this example using the isolation or the isolated environment. So let's say pip install Django here. And maybe another dependency that we could install is also another one called pillow. If you install more than one, you can simply use just space between the packages or the dependencies. This is an alternative. We have also another alternative that uses requirements.txt. So that one I'll use it in another project as an example, where you create all your, rather you write all your dependencies or packages inside a text file, and then you install it here. Yeah, so other than saying Django what, simply refer to the requirement.txt. So you have it added inside your folder and then install whatever it entails. Yeah, so let's use this method. have pillow. Also, we can have the Django, the Crispy forms, Django Crispy forms. So some of the things that will be helping us be able to create some specific fields here. So enter. Then let's it install now. So when it will be installing, you'll be able to find them here inside this library. Like site packages, you'll find this one will be increasing. Yeah, you can see. So it's being installed here. So that's it. Let's wait. Django can take some time. So let's wait for its installation. For those who are using Linux or Mac OS, other than using the virtual environment activate what, you simply use source, then space, and then now you follow start by the word source in lowercase, then space, and now you write the entire that path. Like it could be /bin/activate. Yeah, that's your code for activating your virtual environment. Yeah, because this one, so it works for Windows. And then for any, yeah, it's done. So let me just demonstrate for the sake of Linux and macOS users. So this the code that you use to activate. For the others, do not write this. So you write source and then you say VNV, virtual environment, and then you'll have a bin. Yeah, you'll have a bin, and then you'll have activate inside this bin. So instead of having scripts here, it's replaced by bin. That's why we go VNV, then bin, and then this bin has everything here is now inside the bin. Yeah, so now once you simply enter, you run this code and it will work. Yeah. So now let's proceed. Now, if you're using the requirements.txt file, you can use something like after adding that file inside this folder, you can say pip install. Do not write this also because we'll use it somewhere else. Pip install, then given that this the requirements is the name of the file. Yeah, if this is the name of the file, you'll simply use this, then press enter. All these packages will be installed. Yeah, other than using this format. You can write everything that you need to install inside requirement.txt and then install using this format. Now, that's said and done. Let's now go ahead. So we need to start our project, a Django project. Let me just close this virtual environment, whereby we are going, now that we've installed the Django, we are sure that we have the Django admin. So let me just show you where it is. You can see it's under site packages. Where's Django? Django is here. You have all the apps, the core, everything, have the views, database. Yeah. So you have everything inside here for Django. And you can try to see what does it have, registry. Yeah. So there is a lot we may not be able to explore. You have admin here. Here. And admin, you have these others. Yeah, so you can just explore in your own way. Let me just close it. So to create an application, remember, while you're creating an application, you need to be at least an admin. Refer back to, okay, you need to be authenticated. And in most cases, like in layman's language, authentication is given to the administrators. Like when you're enrolling in a school, the administrator will be able to help you in the process. So also here, we are starting a project. Yeah, so we'll refer to the Django admin. So we'll say Django admin. Then we say start project. And then what next? Next is simply the name of the project. Here. So like in this case, we can say Seovo, uh, maybe underscore supermarket. Here. So this will appear here as another folder. Yeah, right away. It's here. Now, this is the advantage of Django. If you open this folder, there are some files that have been pre-written for you. Yeah, so you only need to edit the relevant ones. So if you open, just click to open. You'll find the money.py file. Yeah, imagine all this has been done for you. And then if you open this other one, you have all these files done for you. Everything. Do not need to repeat. You only need to edit. You have all this. Yeah, there are some others that we will be adding to help boost our project, or rather to accommodate it. Yeah, so remember, this is a project. It's not an application. And while we are starting, I mentioned that we need, I mentioned the functionalities that we need to have, like the core features. And one of the features I mentioned was the product, and then there was the users and sales. So all these features, I'm going to create them as applications here. And remember, I'm now going to start using manage.py file. And if you look at the position of it, it is inside this Seovo supermarket folder. So what next? How can we ensure that we use this? If we want to use it, if you use it here, it won't work because it is this, the path is simply on Seovo supermarket here, this main folder. Now we need to change this path to use now this one, because this subfolder is what has money.py. How to go about that? Simply say change directory cd. Then we say the name of that folder. We say Seovo underscore supermarket. Here, enter. You can see now it's here. You can see this path that was being shown here and what I have here. They are similar. Now we are good to proceed now using this money.py because it is inside this folder. So now to start an application, we've already started a project. Now to create an application, we're going simply to say Python. Now we call upon the Python that we have inside this virtual environment, and then we call upon the manage.py. Now, maybe just to take you through this manage.py. Yeah, just to take you through this manage.py, what it has. Yeah, let me just remove this. Yeah, what does it entail? So what it entails here, okay, just a moment. Just a moment. So what does it entail? What it entails here, for example, let me just take this so much outside. Here. So if you go through the manual.py, it tells you that run administrative tasks. So, and remember what the function of administrator? Simply to maybe onboard something, do something, just perform some task as admin. Yeah. So that's why we are going to call upon this. This one is will be helping us in the management here. So we are going to say Python manual.py start up. And then the first app we talked of was products. Yeah. So we'll create one application called products. So these products will be installed inside this. Yeah, you have it already here. So easy. If you have strong internet, it will be so easy. Now, if you look at this app, also it has some already defined files for you. Have the models, it tells you create your models here. Tests, you create it there. The views, create the views there. Apps, yeah, we'll have this app already with us. Admin, register your models. So you create models, create views, create tests, and then register models. Yeah, we will see how to go about it. So now here, another thing that we need to create, let's just create application once and for all, and then we'll be going one by one now to do the coding bit inside them. So another thing that we're going to do here, we're going to call upon Python and manage py file to start an app called maybe sales, because remember this supermarket here, sales also added. It has the same things. Yeah. Also, maybe if we need to add one more, it doesn't mean that it has to be more than one. If you're using a small application, you can just create one app. Yeah. I'll give more examples later. Just make sure you follow up with the YouTube channel, get to learn more, and also explore other functionalities of Python. So now here, we're going to call upon Python again and manage.py file to start an app called, remember we need authentication and users. So called users. We'll have users also here. Yeah. So you can see you have the users, these files you've not created yourself, they've been auto-created. Have the main project, have the sales, have the product. So just see, all these files have been created for you. Only need to update. Yeah. So that's why Django saves time over the development. Yeah. So other than taking more time to create all this, it has created for you. You only need to update and add others. So now, what else are we going to do? Now, on this, remember, we are doing this inside this project. And what relates to this project is this one. So we need to register these apps here on the main project. So this is the project, then this is app. This is an app. That's why we said start app, and then this other one we said start project. So we need to register all this application on the project. How can you go about that? Just navigate to this project folder, like this one. Go to settings. And then inside these settings, just look for somewhere where written installed apps. So we'll simply navigate. Yeah, it's already here. So like you can navigate, scroll to see. So it's here. So because you've added this manually yourself, you need to add them here and save. So simply going to add the same way. Just say products, and then same format. Also say sales. Here, comma. Oh, this comma. Also say users. Yeah. And then save, Control S. Yeah, so that's how we can register the apps. So now, the next video I'm going to do, now starting from the modeling. Models, we are going to create models for each and every application here. And then we see how we can make migrations, migrate. And then later on, we are going to see how we can even create the admin, the users, super user, and many others here. So just follow us, follow up with us. Everything will be done under our channel, and some briefing will be made on all our social media here. And if you need any guidance, feel free to reach us. The details are on our channel. Yeah, where we do trainings, we provide services and everything. Apart from the full stack, or rather the development services, we have others, anything to do with data. Yeah, if it is research, data science, data engineering, yeah, you can be able to interact with us, or maybe find us also on our website. Yeah, so see you on part two of this video here. Goodbye till next time.